Now, a ceasefire has taken effect between Israel and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group in a bid to end nearly 3 days of cross-border fighting between the two sides. This recent violence was the worst flare-up on the Gaza frontier in more than a year. The Egyptian brokered ceasefire took effect at 11:30 p.m. local time on Sunday. Israeli strikes in Gaza rockets continued in the minutes leading up to the truce. The leader of the Palestine group, meanwhile, has affirmed that their movement is still strong even after the truce.
العدو الصهيوني رفع شعارا واضحا ومحددا، وهو تصفية حركة الجهاد الإسلامي وجناحها العسكري سرايا القدس. اليوم بعد توقف الاشتباكات وتوقف النار نرى المشهد واضحا. حركة الجهاد الإسلامي بقيت قوية وثابتة وأكثر قوة.
Sirens were heard, explosions seen above the Israeli city of Ashkelon just minutes before the truce was due to start. Similar sight in Tel Aviv as well. Israel said that it would respond strongly if the ceasefire agreement is violated in any way. Meanwhile, celebrations broke out at the Jabalia refugee camp in Gaza Strip. Following the announcement, residents expressed their joy over the truce deal that came after days of bloodshed and fear.
بدك الصراحة من ناحية الخوف ما في واحد من عمر أبو 10 سنين لعمر 70 سنة لما عاش الخوف. طبعا الخوف وارد لكل واحد. إذا ما خفنا من الضربات والصواريخ طبعا حتكون خايف على أخوك، على أمك، على أبوك، على جارك. كنا نخاف على الفقدان.
Now, the border crossing, meanwhile, has also opened after days of closure following the unrest. According to reports, fuel trucks from Israel have now resumed their delivery in Gaza, thus ending a severe shortage of crude supply in the Palestinian enclave. Israel launched the operation they call Breaking Dawn on the 5th of August. The Israeli forces killed PIJ leaders Khaled Mansour and Taisir al-Jabari during the strikes. The entire operation was planned after Israel on the 1st of August arrested senior PIJ leaders Bassam al-Sadi from the West Bank. An aide Sadi was also arrested in the raid and a 17-year-old was killed. Israel then closed the border crossings to the Gaza Strip before beginning airstrikes on the 5th of August. Israel says it launched the operations due to immediate threat from the PIJ. In response to the Israelis' airstrike, the PIJ also began firing rockets at Israel. Gaza officials say that at least 44 Palestinians, including a number of children, have been killed in the unrest. A number of Israelis have also been injured in the cross-border fighting. The latest violence, it's the most serious flare-up between Israel and Gaza since an 11-day conflict in May 2021 left more than 200 Palestinians and a dozen Israelis dead. So what is this Palestinian Islamic Jihad or the PIJ? The group is one of the largest Palestinian factions, was founded in the year 1981. It's allied with Hamas, but the groups have differences. Unlike Hamas, which rules the Gaza Strip, the PIJ does not contest elections. PIJ also does not recognize Israel at all and calls for a violent overthrow of the Jewish state. Now, for more on this, our correspondent Jodie Cohen has sent us this report from Ra'anana, Israel. Let's listen in.
The question everyone is asking is, will the ceasefire hold? Both Israel and Palestinian Islamic Jihad have said that fighting will resume if the other side doesn't stick to the Egypt-brokered mediation deal. The problem is this includes a vague agreement for Egypt to promise to try to free Islamic Jihad members arrested by Israel, including potentially its West Bank leader, Bassam al-Sadi, which won't be easy. Iran, which funds and directs Islamic Jihad, which is recognized as a terror group by Israel, the US and EU, may want Islamic Jihad to continue, although Hamas, which now rules Gaza after Israel left in 2005, may want calm to enable its people to return to normal working life. It remains to be seen if the fragile ceasefire will hold. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World as One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.